Studying a student, my aim was to become an IAS officer. But it was my mother who always thought that no, you should become a doctor. And just to keep my mother happy, because out of my 7 brothers and sisters, I was the youngest. None of them became a doctor, so the onus was on me to become a doctor. And I thought, okay, after doing my MBBS, I'll again go for Indian Administrative Services. But the thing was that when I went into a medical school, I found my husband over there, who was against the idea of me joining Indian Administrative Services. So I continued with my medicine and became a gynecologist and obstetrician. But to me, infertility was the main thing. Routine deliveries did not interest me much because there were so many patients who were infertile and who could not have children and went through a lot. So I got interested into infertility field and I thought of doing in vitro fertilization because Louis Brown inspired me a lot. And when I thought of that idea in 97, 98, people in Anand were laughing at me that in such a small town, how can you get to test your baby? It is for big cities because only handful of centers that time in India. It could happen in UK, USA, but not in Anand. And yes, double distilled water not available in Anand. Drugs not available in Anand. You have to run in the middle of the night to go to Ahmedabad and get certain things. And that, we did it. And finally we got the first success of our IVF baby, which was in 2000, which we delivered. Then, when I was doing IVF, I never thought of doing surrogacy because I thought it was a headache. Whenever a couple approaches me, they need surrogacy because there is a certain group of infertile women who are either born without uterus or whose uterus has been removed, because 1 in 4,000 females are naturally born without uterus. It's a congenital malformation. Only recently uterine transplant has started, but it is not successful because the donor of the uterus has to go through a lot. It is not a life-saving transplant situation, whereas liver, kidney, you are saving somebody's life. Uterus transplant is not saving somebody's life. Even if that female accepts that uterus, she has to undergo immunosuppressant tablets and virtually rejects the uterus, or sometimes has to get the uterus removed even before she delivers a child. So when the patients who genuinely needed surrogacy came to me, I would tell them that go find your own surrogate or go for adoption. And for me it was a consultation of 1 minute. But when that patient goes home, what happens? There could be marital problems, there could be divorces, there could be suicides. And when the science and technology has advanced, where you create an embryo of a female, of a couple, and when she doesn't have a host, a house, a uterus to carry that, you put it in another woman's uterus, that is a surrogate mother, and she carries that baby for 9 months, delivers that baby, hands it over to that couple. When they do it within the family without any monetary compensation, it is known as the altruistic surrogacy, and when they are compensated, it is known as compensated surrogacy. I would not use the word commercial surrogacy because commercial surrogacy is, you cannot compensate commercially a woman who has carried your baby for 9 months. It is priceless. You cannot put a price tag to that. So whenever the words come up, like commercial surrogacy or surrogacy like renting a womb, selling off a baby, I find it really difficult to digest and understand, and I feel really sympathize towards the people who are saying this because they are not understanding the whole concept of surrogacy. Who needs it? Why is that couple going for surrogacy? And why is that woman opting to become a surrogate? It is said that we all are born with 2 basic instincts. One instinct is to survive. Somebody comes to hit you, immediately you will try to protect yourself. And the other basic instinct is to reproduce. You want to have a child of your own. You want to see your genes in the baby that is being born. Adoption, yes. But here you are saying your own genes. We promote adoption in a big way. But if a couple who is infertile needs a surrogate, the female wants to see her own genes in the next generation, and the technology has advanced. Why not offer this to them? I always say that when the science advances, technology advances, the society should advance, the religious belief should advance, and not stick to what we thought of ages ago. And that is how I never did surrogacy, and the first couple that came to me was in 2003. I got a letter, 2002 December, from UK of an Indian couple staying there that my daughter-in-law needs surrogacy. She is born without uterus. We cannot find a surrogate in UK, and she belongs to Gujarat, Anand. Can you help with a surrogate mother? I said, I don't have surrogate mothers. You can find for yourself. But I tried to help them, and for 3 months, this is in 2003 January, we could not find a single surrogate mother in Anand, where now we have a community of 2,000 surrogate mothers. So what did we do? The grandmother herself, the girl's mother who was 46 at that time, she said that I am ready to become the surrogate for my daughter. Such a beautiful daughter. The husband wanted his wife genes, otherwise he was ready to throw her out. And this lady said, check my uterus, doctor. We checked it. First of all, it was difficult to convince her because she was worried about the society. She was worried about other 2 daughters, that whether somebody would marry them or not. They are absolutely normal. And the husband convinced that you want to save your daughter's life, do this. And she was willingly doing it. She had to go into a hiding. And she would literally be my last patient to find out there is nobody from Anand over there. Then I will come, cover her head to this much. Was she doing a crime? She was helping her daughter have children. What will not one mother not do for her children? And she was doing that. And she did it. She delivered the twins, and then she came out in the open and said, yes, I did the delivery of the twins of my daughter, my grandchildren I delivered. There is nothing wrong about it. Ethical people came up. You are confusing the children. Who is the mother of the children? Is the grandmother or the mother? But why are you bothered? Both are their mothers. Don't go into all this when science has advanced. And that is how, that was the first odd case I did. And then there were so many couples who started approaching me, and I would say, I don't have a surrogate mother. Then there was one couple who said, I'm compensating 250,000 rupees. Please help me. And one of my nurses heard this, and she said that my daughter wants to become a surrogate. We helped that lady also. We helped that doctor couple also who wanted a surrogate baby because the female did not have a healthy uterus. And then I helped the society all over. We did transnational surrogacy also, and that is how we started. And one by word of mouth, the surrogates were also happy. If you see this lady on the wheelchair, an Indian living in the US, got married. After 2 years, she thought, I want to have a child. That time she was diagnosed with leukemia, blood cancer. Had to undergo chemotherapy. What happened? While she was on chemotherapeutic agent, her immunity was low. She was attacked with a virus and she became paraplegic. Uterus non-functional, bladder non-functional. She wanted a child of her own. She came to us. We had to literally carry her, put on the examination table to do the scans. We take out her head, husband's sperms, embryos were put in Farzana. Farzana living near Bharuch. She was literally on the road. She got the money. This lady over and above helped her put up a grocery shop. Farzana is very happy with the outcome. The lady is very happy with the outcome. So, when we see the outcome, so many surrogate babies were being born, and what we thought was that it is a boon for the society, and that is why we started with the Anand Surrogate Trust, which is the first trust of its kind in the world, where we collect donations, we have our own funds for it, and we help the children of the surrogates get their education. We help the surrogates with any medical help, even after a few years down the line, even if it is non-gynecological, we help them with medical treatment or cover up up certain loans, even their family member is sick, we help them take the life insurance, everything. So this Anand Surrogate Trust has been functional, and while I was doing all this, I did not even realize that I reached into the 25 most controversial people in this world. And in India, why was it? What is wrong that I am doing? Am I hurting somebody? Am I doing a murder? Am I doing some immoral act? No. Then why stop? Why stop doing this? Go ahead. Help the endless couples in this world, and more to my heart are my surrogate mothers, who I treat them like my daughters. And that is how we started running this Anand Surrogate Trust, where we have the surrogates get vocational training. But also on the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2007, the investigating team had come as an investigatory journalism, and they went back with the title of One Woman Helping Another Woman. I love it. And then I was on another controversial show, which was the Hard Talk, where I was invited in UK on the BBC studio, the driver on the car saying that, "Doctor, it's really hard. Really you want to go?" And believe me, I did not find it hard, because it was my heart that was speaking. I did not have to manipulate things, because it was my word that was speaking. And I was very happy to the extent that Stephen Support, who was against surrogacy, got convinced at the end of the day after the show that yes, doctor, this is the need of the hour. Next. And we have the National Geographic done do a story on us, a 1-hour documentary on womb of the world, where also they've endorsed and acknowledged the whole thing. We at Akanksha help the surrogate mothers do all the work. While they are pregnant, they learn stitching, tailoring, making. This is to empower them, let them learn these vocational courses, let them go out. And today I can say that some of them are really assistant beauticians and all over the place in Anand, and have their own sewing machines which we help them buy. We help their children with scholarships. Last year we gave scholarships to 100 children. And any child of a surrogate who goes to the college gets free education scholarship from our trust. And then spreading awareness about this, we did many programs. And finally, I would say that helping couples. What I say is that this is the advanced technology that we are doing, but it's not an inspiring thing, so I'm not going ahead with it. But that also in a small town of Anand. Ours is the first hospital to have an in-house pre-genetic diagnosis technology, where we take the biopsy from the embryo and send the cells to find out if there is a disease. We had a couple right now, which was going to be the first serious sibling baby of India, where the boy is being born with thalassemia major. At 6 months it was diagnosed, husband and wife were carriers, but here we do not do the routine test. And when the 6th month he was diagnosed, every 15 days, that little Vivan is undergoing blood transfusion. So the second IVF cycle, now we have done their IVF cycle, we got 5 blastocysts, of which 4 were normal, and 1 was 100% HLA matching with the baby Vivan, who is now almost 3.5 years old. We have implanted that embryo in his mother. She is now 10 weeks pregnant. On 30th March, we'll do the Korean venous sampling. In August, she will deliver. We'll save the cord blood of this baby that is going to be born. And from that cord blood, we'll create stem cells which will be implanted into the bone marrow of Vivan. And Vivan will become free of thalassemia major, which is known as the Korean venous. So, whenever, even if you are in a small town, people ask me in my interviews, why not metro? Why select Anand? I said, I got married into Anand. I had an inspiration in the form of Amul, which created the white revolution not only for India but set an example for the world. And why should I run away from Anand? We can do it in Anand. And that is how you have to go about. In my talk, I would like to emphasize this, that don't be afraid of struggles. Struggle gives you the strength. Hardships gives you the strength to come up with ideas which can overcome the struggles and hardships. Never stop dreaming, because remember, my dream was to create an institute, Akanksha Hospital and Research Institute, which has just started on 13th December. People in Anand are laughing at it, but it is a very successful place within 3 months, where we have surrogate staying in the ground floor, we have the outpatients, we have the cesarean section rooms, labor rooms, OTs, and the laboratory, IVF, everything on the 3rd floor, and top floor as the patient said. So it's a nest. And my dream was to create a human milk bank, which we have done successfully, where the collection of the milk is free of charge and donation of the milk is free of charge, because so many children, infants, newborns are dying without milk, and here we supply free human milk to anybody who needs it, Anand and surrounding areas. And the second dream that I have now, which I will be starting from June, is educating the school dropouts, the child arewalas, the slum children, bringing them, tempting them, giving them a different sort of audiovisual training and education, computers, banking, etc. And that is what I am going to start in June. And whenever I have seen that if you have a dream, you can always fulfill it. Why? Because that dream comes to you with the power. The power is already there within you, then only you can dream with the power to fulfill that dream. So dream, always dream, and when you dream, you will find out that yes, I want to do this, and you will get inspired. Churn the energy in yourself and you will find out, yes, this is how I should go about, this is the help I will need, and slowly and gradually you will reach, and you will see one day you would not even realize and your dream has been fulfilled. So in my talk today, I would like to emphasize one again the philosophy of life. Use your knowledge and skill for betterment of society. Don't wait that this is my time to earn, do something. And at the end of the day, when I'm 60 retired, I will start helping the people. Helping the people starts at the same time when you are earning. Every day you promise 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupee, 10 rupee, and at the end of the day you know that more you give, the more you get back. Whenever you give, you are not losing anything, because more returns will come to you. Start giving. Be a philanthropist right from day one. I don't say that go bankrupt or don't help your family. Family comes first. But simultaneously start your social service. Don't wait for the day of retirement. Second is, hurdles and criticism are a part of journey to success. But ignore that criticism if at the end of the day when you go to sleep and your conscience says, I have helped so many people, I have not done anything wrong. Why should I take this blame on me? Why should? Bless the critics. Whatever from the criticism you want to learn and adapt it. Remaining, just close your ears and eyes to that and go ahead if you think your movement is helping so many people change their life. Change is always not accepted at first. There will be hurdles. People will criticize you, ridicule you, laugh at you. But if you want to bring that change, you have to be brave enough to face all this. It will not be a rosy picture all the time. Sometimes you would want to hide your face and run away. There are sleepless nights when you really feel that people are talking like this about me. What should I do? Let me give it up. I don't want to hear all this. Or you want to hear the other voice say, no, go ahead. People are not going to talk good about you always. This time they say good word about you, the moment you turn your back, they are going to again criticize you. So forget that. Never give up, because life is all about struggles. Accept the struggles, find out the solutions to the struggles, and finally, trust in God. Trust in Almighty. Rise away and stop not till the goal is reached, said Swami Vivekananda.